I actually thought that I had like these magic powers that I could just think away my Hello. So, say, do you want to be in the video? Today is my oldest son's birthday. So my husband we're driving right now to go pick up Olive Garden for his birthday. That's what my son picked out. I thought I would just talk a little bit about eating disorders, parties, celebrations. I know my son is kind of bummed that we can't just go and have people over at our house, have his friends over. We can't even like go out to eat or anything. So we are picking up Olive Garden. He picked that and they are open for pickup with this quarantine business. What do you do for like birthday and celebrations when you're in a quarantine and you want to involve other family members? And also, what do you do just trying to recover from an eating disorder and social events and parties, celebrations that have food, and it's hard to navigate that, and what do you do? So I'm going to tell you what I did. So first I'm going to tell you a little story about the last time I went to Olive Garden. So the last time I went to Olive Garden, and my husband was there, he's a witness, he's driving right now, so it was after a concert that one of my sons had. So he had a concert, and then afterwards it was our family and my mom and my aunt went out to Olive Garden. This was in the middle, wasn't in the middle of treatment. I think I was in treatment. This was just happened to be like when I don't know if I was down to IOP yet. I might have still been PHP, but I was getting taper days.
Which is just, I had some days we needed to try to have days off and see how you do. So, and it was, we had concerts on the weekend. So.
Back to the story. Do you see why my videos take so long to edit? Because I have a lot of footage. Yeah, okay. So we went to Olive Garden and my anxiety was through the roof. It was so hard, and I'm pretty sure my husband could tell. Others could probably tell too, but I don't know. But okay, so this is how it went. I didn't even know what I ordered. I just picked something and ordered, and then afterwards, I think I took a few bites, and my anxiety was just getting higher and higher, and it was not becoming a very good situation. So what do I do? Well, we're actually at Olive Garden right now in the to-go spot. I'll show you. There we are, going to pick up our Olive Garden. So I decided, I just felt like I had to get out of there. And here's my son, and he's, so excited to be with family, and my family's there, my aunt, who I hardly ever see, is there. So I decide in the middle of eating, everyone's eating, no one's finished yet, I just said, I'm gonna go do an errand over at Target. I just got up. I didn't even say, hey, would everyone mind? I just announced, I'm gonna go to Target. I'm gonna do an errand. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do in the middle of this nice little family celebration. I'm at Olive Garden. I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk across this parking lot. It was like in a big shopping mall, but the Target wasn't right next to it. It was a little bit of a walk, but I did. I went over there and then I came back. By the time I came back, I think everyone was pretty much done. So it was kind of like my way of, I guess, dealing with my anxiety and getting out of the situation. I know. So I wanted it to be a better situation this time. So what I did was my dietitian and I, during our virtual appointment last week, we talked about it, and I said, I really want to, because my first thought was, okay, he's picking Olive Garden, I'm just not going to have something else. But I said, no, I really want to be.
Olive Garden, this is Amanda. How can I help you?
Oh, hi, we're here to pick up our to-go order.
Okay, I'll be right there.
So this time I really wanted to do it differently, so I talked to, okay, hold on, she's going to come.
All right, I have you all set here.
All right.
And then there is a soup in there, so just be super careful.
Thank you very much. Thanks. You too. Okay, we put it there.
You get it? She said there's soup in there, so to be super careful.
Oh. I wasn't.
Do you get it?
I do get that, yes.
I don't think she meant it as a joke, but yeah. Yeah. Doesn't take much to entertain me. Okay, so. Oh, we have it. Would you like to see it? Here it is. That's my soup, actually. So I need to be super careful. So I talked with my outpatient dietitian and with my virtual appointment, and it was great. We talked through it, and I said I really did want to eat what my son is having on his birthday. I want to be participating and celebrating. This is part of recovery, and I feel like I'm like, you know, holding on to some of those other things that are really scary. So I wanted to do this. I wanted to challenge myself. So we actually decided that I would not look at the menu, and she looked it up so I didn't have to look at the calories, and I wasn't going to pick that way. Anyways, she went through all the things and put it within my meal plan for today. So I'm going to have Olive Garden, and after we do that, we're gonna have a virtual birthday party. So yeah, so what can you do? You can do things virtually. So we're gonna do, like, I think FaceTime, like somehow we're gonna connect a bunch of our family up with FaceTime. And while my son is, like, we sing happy birthday to him and blow out his candles and open his presents and have his cake. So part of my meal plan today too is that I'm going to have a piece of his cake. And so my son can't have dairy. And so we did a non-dairy Japanese cheesecake. It's also called like a jiggly or a cotton cheesecake. So I've been kind of curious about this actually for a while. I will admit, I do like baking, and it was nice because my husband and one of my other sons helped. And so the three of us did it together. So it wasn't too overwhelming. Okay, so the other thing I was going to talk about is I'm so excited that it's my son's birthday, and he's 15 today. I have a 15-year-old. How did that happen? My husband doesn't know either. We don't know how it happened. He's 15. He doesn't even want his permit. Like, he's just such a cautious kid. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But as of now, he doesn't really see the point. I guess he likes me driving him around. Kind of a nice little life if you think about it. But it's a kind of a mixed feeling day. So my eating disorder really played a part in my fertility. And once I finally could get pregnant, I had to give up my eating disorder in order to get pregnant. But once I finally could, we had 2 miscarriages. So having my son was just the best day of our lives. Like, it was so exciting. So today's really just kind of I just think I have kids. Like, I didn't know if I could. And when you have an eating disorder for so long, I had mine since I was 9. So it messes up your body, science. So, but as happy as I am about that day, after he was born, the best day of my life at that time turned into one of the scariest and a really hard day of my life, because I had just a really rare pregnancy complication called placenta accreta. So I didn't really know what was going on at the time, but all I knew is that they whisked me away and were trying to save my life. At the same time, my husband is there with the baby, with these first few hours with them, and so I missed all of that. I missed his first bath. They finally had to feed him. I missed his first feeding, like all of that first. So I really have a lot of grief that goes along with that, and I know it could be a lot worse. Like, he is healthy. He's 15 today, and I'm so grateful. So it's kind of that mix. It's like, it's a really hard feeling, and my husband was, there, and he didn't know where I was, so he didn't get those first feelings with me and us as our family. Like, we were finally a family, and we didn't get to do that. After the fact, when they explained exactly what was happening and what, how close I did come to dying, I just kind of think about how blessed we are to have them. And then my brain, it's hard for it to not think about the fact that it was a really scary, risky day. And whew, so it's kind of like this mixed bag of feelings. And I kind of just cycle through them all day, and I try not to be grumpy with my family, but sometimes I'm happy, and then all of a sudden my body just is in fear because this day is a hard day to remember. Sorry that I kind of got grumpy a few times today. You have my apology on film now. So much to be grateful for, don't get me wrong, but it's this weird, I don't know if anyone else is, it's kind of hard to explain unless you've really been through this exact situation, or if you've ever had, like if you had birth trauma, or even just you had your birth not quite go the right way. There's really no, like I had it worse than somebody else or anything like that. There's just, if you had a negative experience during something, you know, with birth, that should be really positive. It can definitely linger, those feelings can linger, and it's not something you just kind of get over. It's definitely something that we've been processing and trying to work through because, yeah, so, but we're all good now. Oh, look how cute you are. Yeah? So I am actually I had to stop at her business. I haven't been there in like 2 weeks. It's gonna feel really weird. I have some stuff I have to pick up, and yeah, so I can get some stuff done. Business still goes on. And so I just wanted to, since I'm in the car, I have a quiet moment. I wanted to just maybe finish talking about what I was talking about yesterday as far as my son's birthday. And it just makes me think a lot. And just, again, I'm so grateful, and it just a lot of feelings. And so I have finally learned to just allow myself to kind of be with those feelings and not fight them. And it makes things a lot easier for all of us. And we had a really good day, a really good time. And we did, like his party, we did a virtual party. And that was really fun with our family. And so, yeah, it was good. I'm just thinking, wow, you know, I have a 15-year-old, and there was a time I didn't think I would have kids at all. And I don't want to sound negative, but I committed myself to being realistic. And I wish somebody would have told me when I was younger that what I was doing to my body was going to cause damage to it and affect whether or not I had a family. And really, if it wasn't for modern medicine, we would not have a family right now. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. So just, you know, think about that, because science is science. You know, if you're not nourishing your body and your body is in starvation mode, there was times I didn't grow. There was times I didn't have my period. You know what? I actually thought that I had like these magic powers that I could just think away my period. Like if I didn't want to have it some months, like I had a sleepover or something like that coming up, then I just was like, oh man, I really wish I didn't have to have my period this month. And it just wouldn't come like for months in a row, sometimes even a few years in a row. So yeah, I just thinking about like what I put my body through and what I didn't realize. So fast forward, almost did not have a family at all. Guess what I'm getting at is, if you are younger, please just listen to what I wish I would have known. And it could affect you later in life in ways, and maybe not just your fertility, but in different ways that you might either like take for granted, even if you heard, oh, it won't happen to me, or if maybe you've never heard of different things. There's a lot of different consequences that I didn't know about too. So just don't think it won't happen to you. It definitely could. And it pretty much did with me. Like I said, if it wasn't for modern medicine, we would not have a family. So just yesterday was it was nice. It's a nice reminder of the fact that I do have the family that I really want. Wherever you're at with recovery, or maybe even you haven't started recovery yet, I really, really wish somebody would have told me, you know, from personal experience. You don't think it'll happen to you, but you know, hearing from somebody that it really did affect, I just encourage you to at least think about that and maybe even have conversations with your doctor if that's something you need. But a starved body does not want to be pregnant. Even after the fact, that was the thing that really put me out of my eating disorder, was so that I could get pregnant, because I couldn't. I finally realized I couldn't do both. And even with that, I still couldn't, because it can do damage. Yeah, I can get more details if people want. I am very open. I don't want it to be too TMI if people don't want, but if you do, I am totally open to more of my experience and more details about that, and what actually helped me, what my personal experience actually helped me be able to get pregnant. So, okay, well, I am going to do a few things. Okay.